up to the front to do some introductions, and I am disappearing upstairs to do the third most important thing of the evening.
Food.
Place the food away.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for the welcome and the introduction, Jason.
Pleasure.
All right, I wanted to give a special introduction to one of our guests tonight, Pavel. I really should have got this right beforehand. I practiced so many times.
Yeah.
Verbnyak. Yes. I would like to give a special welcome tonight to our guest speaker and colleague and friend from Russia, who is Pavel Verbnyak. Pavel is from Russia, and he is a member of an association called CISA, and I don't know what it actually stands for in Russian, but it is the Professional Speakers, Russian Speakers Association, okay, which means that there are members in CISA from all of the Russian-speaking countries. And Pavel was on our list to speak at our convention last year. And then Russia invaded Ukraine. And a whole global international situation arose. And who thought that we sitting here in Cape Town would actually be affected by something like that, but we're in a global village now. And a bit of a stir emerged in various places where people did not want a person from Russia speaking on any of our stages. And people interfered and made a bit of a fuss, and it was really frustrating. Now, I don't necessarily want to give all the background to all of this, but I'd like you to know, especially those of you, well, whether you're involved in PSA or not, just to understand what went behind it. Our EXCO, our executive committee, we had lots of conversations about this, and Bruce was coming in as the deputy, he was the deputy president, so he was coming in as president of PSA, and we had to make a decision about whether we would stand with our speaking colleague Pavel and allow him to speak virtually, you know, just on Zoom at our meeting, or not. And we felt very strongly, Pavel, that we wanted to support you, that we wanted to have you there. And our whole EXCO were united in this. And part of the reason is because as South Africans, we know what it's like for a person to not be allowed to speak about something because of the country that they come from. And we understand what the implication of sanctions and what that means and the changes that are being made here. We understand all of that and we value that. But we felt really strongly that to silence a speaker just because they come from a country when they've not been involved in anything was not fair. But the situation just grew more and more tense. It is absolutely ridiculous, Pavel, how many countries were involved in this situation. So then, this is the conversation that Pavel and I had, which is why I think he's one of the most amazing people ever. We had this WhatsApp conversation, we talked for ages, we talked about what Pavel wanted to share, we talked a little bit about all the problems that were, you know, coming up because of the situation. And then Pavel said to me, he said, Charlotte, I think you and I have the same value when it comes to speaking. That we want to, when we're on stage, we want to bring people together with our speaking. We do not want to divide them. And if my speaking at your conference will divide us, then maybe I shouldn't speak. So I was grateful, and I thanked Pavel, and we put the phone down, and I cried for about half an hour. And then I communicated with Bruce and the rest of the EXCO, and then I communicated with my family because they'd all been involved in this whole drama the whole way along. Welcome, welcome. There's a seat over here and over here. So we kind of caught up and understood all of that, and we dealt with it, you know, with all the other people that needed to know about the situation. But the whole time it has been on my heart that Pavel should have had an opportunity to share. So one day we will have a conference when Pavel will be here at that time, and we will make sure that you have a center stage and you have a really, really great time. But Pavel is here because he wants to, just like all of us, to develop new business, to find new markets, to speak internationally, to discover new people and new relationships and new friendships. So I ask you all please to support Pavel being here this evening, to put aside the political differences. All of those conversations can be had in other times, but here's a speaker colleague coming to us from another part of the world at his own expense to come and learn from us and to form relationships and friendships with us. Pavel, you are very, very welcome. We are delighted to have you here, and I'm delighted to call you my speaker colleague and my friend. So welcome, Pavel. want Pavel to speak now, or?
Yes, now he's got a half an hour. 26 minutes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to be here. This is my first time in South Africa, and thank you very much, Charlotte and Bruce, for inviting me here, for your support, to David and everyone here. So it's a great honor for me to be here. That's right, that's my passion and goal, to do more international work. Because before I was focusing more on Russian-speaking market, and my expertise are soft skills and psychology of success, because I'm certified trainer with Jack Canfield and Brian Tracy. Probably you've heard about them. They're experts on success, on goal setting. And back in 2006, I started to ask myself a question: what's the difference between successful people and others? Because I was born in northwestern part of Russia, close to Finland and St. Petersburg. How many people been in Russia and somewhere there? Oh, yes, David been there. We had very nice conversation in the car. And I was born in a family that wasn't rich. My father passed away when I was 7. And I grew up with my mom, my grandfather, and older brother. And sometimes we didn't have money to buy clothes or something. So we were middle class, a little bit closer to poor, but not poor. Very grateful that we had everything. So, but I wanted to do something more in my life, to achieve more results in my professional and personal life. And I started to discover, to explore this subject, read biographies, autobiographies of people who achieved something worthwhile, something bigger than we all had. Sportsmen, entrepreneurs, scientists. And I found that success in our own terms, because we all have our definition of success, is predictable, is not an accident. And I started to follow this. And I believe that success leaves clues, as one of my role models and mentors says, and we can learn from successes and failures of other people. And I started to learn this. What's the difference? How do they think? How do they act? And I started to change my mindset. And I believe in the universal laws. We have human beings laws, and they are iron law of the universe, the law of cause and effect. And I believe that our thoughts are the causes. And we had great conversation with Charlotte the other day during the supper, that we can control our thoughts and we can control our decisions, and because of that we can change our results. And we all have this kind of thoughts during the day, between like 50,000 till 80,000 thoughts every single day, and most of them are not really supportive, but we can do them supportive, we can do them positive, because the law of attraction, the law of vibration, says that we become what we think about most of the time. And I started to control my thoughts. I started to think about who I want to become, what kind of things I would love to have, what kind of person I can become to achieve this kind of lifestyle, to live this life I just started to dream. And to be honest, I had some doubts about that. Oh, I'm from rigorous family, I'm from Russia, I don't have any like very powerful friends or relatives. But I just asked myself a question: what if it does work? Maybe I just going to follow their recommendations in books. I didn't have money to buy workshops or seminars or mentorship. I just started to search the information in library, in my school and then in university, and something started to change, especially here. And it's wonderful. I really fall in love in this subject. I started to write articles, books. I'm author of several books, and also provide some workshops and seminars for the youth, for corporations, on goal setting, on psychology of highly effective people. And I believe that we all have some capacity, ability to achieve our goals, our dreams, our wishes, because we are all unique. And I believe that if we have goals, if we have wishes, if we have some dreams, we can achieve them because we have a potential to achieve them. And for example, I have some goals, some dreams about my professional life, about my personal life, but I didn't have goals to maybe to become world champion on soccer or rugby, or because probably I don't really, that's not my real goal. But I've got some, and you all have some goals as well, and I believe that that's a sign that probably you should follow that path to achieve that. And also there are a lot of principles of highly effective, productive people, successful, doesn't really matter how you call this. And it's very important to ask for what you want. Decide exactly what you really want. Take 100% responsibility for your results for your life, and then take action. Take action and develop yourself. I believe that constant and never-ending improvement, it's one of my favorite habit that can guarantee you achieve any successes, any goals you set for yourself. And ask for what you want, because all people are very supportive. As Charlotte, as Bruce, as all of you provided me some recommendations, some advices. We recorded a short interview with Charlotte 10 minutes ago about professional career and something like that. So just do whatever it takes. It's very important. You are very successful as a speaker and expert, and you have your own priorities for this year, 2023. And we all have some challenges, as Charlotte said, internationally, in our country, in our city, in our family sometimes. But it's very important to control our thoughts and think about what you really want and how to get this. Not what you blame, what you criticize, what you don't like. Because what we think about, we put the energy there and we take action there. And you probably had some situations in your own life, you thought about that, how it works. Because it takes time a little bit, but when you see exactly the person you would love to become, things you would love to have, goals you would love to achieve, it's very important. And also write down. Usually I write down daily my goals, my intentions for the year, for maybe 5 years and 10 years, because I reprogram my subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind remember everything we thought, we said, we went to. On conscious level, we can say, oh, I don't remember that. But on subconscious mind, we remember everything. That's why it's very important to feed our minds with right information. As we discussed during the drive time with David, so it's very important to choose the movie we watch, books we read, people we surround with, because we become what we eat, right? And we become what we think about. We become what we communicate with. And probably you've heard about that we are average of 5 or 10 people we surround with, our peer group. Absolutely, it's not necessarily about money or profession. I like Ralph Waldo Emerson quote that everyone is better than me in something, and that's how we can learn from each other. So that's my subjects: psychology of success, goal setting, self-esteem, because everything I just mentioned is learnable skill. You are speakers, and we all started from nothing, right? We had fears, we had maybe some situations that we don't like about being on the stage. But if you decide that you want to become a speaker, expert, just practice, and everything is possible. Everything is possible. We can unite, as Charlotte said, we can help each other. And I'm also here for you to share some maybe contacts and maybe some ideas about the subject, because I've been studying this for more than 16 years now. And probably if you heard about this, read some books on this subject, and it's very, very, very nice to talk about, to discuss. Also, I work with some entrepreneurs and leaders as a coach, executive coach, as a speaker and trainer, and that's how it works. So hopefully this kind of information, this kind of insights, because I use this in my own life, would be helpful to you, and maybe you think about, oh, I've heard that, I've heard about the law of attraction, or I've read something. But probably today is maybe fourth time that our subconscious mind think, oh, now I can do something with that. Because we need minimum 4 times to read or hear this information to do something with that. Maybe you just set your goals. Present tense, positive and personal. Maybe you can use your affirmations or mind movies to reprogram your minds. Maybe you can just create your vision board. I've created my vision board, first one back in 2008. And in 2 months, I went to the United States for students exchange program. I worked as a dishwasher in Lake Hotel in Yellowstone. And 2 months later, I went to visit my friend in Jacksonville, Florida, Barry, and he said, Pavel, next day, Pavel, would you like me to show the city? Do you have a driving license? I said, yes. Okay, you can drive. I'm driving and said, Barry, a couple of months ago when I was in Russia, I created my vision board. And there were some pictures I would love to have and see in my life and experience. And one picture was yellow cabriolet, car without roof. And now I'm driving it. So it's attract, because we attract people's circumstances that are in harmony with our thoughts and goals. It's very important to control them. And probably you, maybe you had some conversation with yourself. Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm too old or too young. I'm just from regular family. But change it. And maybe in months or 2 or a year, you start to think more positively, and you will have positive results in your own life. That's what I practice. That I would like preach what you teach. And it's very important to form new habits, like daily rituals that can help you to be more productive and focus on your results, on your own goals. Yes, for example, my daily rituals that help me to be more productive during the day, I call this morning meal. Have you ever heard about that? So I wake up usually early, 5 or 6 a.m. and then I invest a couple of hours in myself. So morning meal it's like meal meditation, or I do some exercises. So, but you remember this: meditation, E, exercise, A, affirmations, L, learning. So you can invest in your first hour. It's golden hour or hour of power in yourself, because first hour it's very important for our day, and our day is a small life, right? It's like a lot of days, and then a year and 10 years, and so you can take this morning meal and be more productive. Focus on what you want and how you can be more valuable to other people. Because your successes as a professional speaker and expert, it's about being valuable to other people, right? I learned a lot. I was a team member with Tony Robbins in New York and Florida and London, and I like Zig Ziglar quote. Have you heard about Zig Ziglar?
Yeah.
That he said, you can have everything you want if you help enough people to get what they want. And what we do to inspire people, you're expert on different subjects, right? Maybe sales, maybe public speaking, right? Maybe something else. But when you focus on not on money, on how can I be more valuable to other people? Maybe online, maybe with my books, maybe with my keynote speeches. That's the leverage you can use, and you will have everything you want. And other people would love to work with you, to help you, and to do something with you. That was my insight. I said, wow, probably that's really what it is. That what I want to practice. And I'm a teacher. I'm like a speaker because my mom was a teacher, and that's on my DNA probably. To be honest, I'm not entrepreneur with entrepreneurship mindset. I like to do what I do, and probably you can also find some strengths, some points that you focus on, and other areas maybe delegate or create a team. Maybe you don't need a team right now, but that's that's what I want to do because I like what I do. I do it well, and it's constant and never-ending improvement for sure. But that's probably the key, the leverage you can use. And also, I would love to share some insights. Very, very nice. I like this, and I use this in my own life. That's 4 leverage, or I call this 4 powerful questions that you can use to achieve your goals faster and easier. Or what kind of leverage? What can you suggest it? For example, our meeting, our conversations with friends, or reading books. I remember in Russian, but I try to remember how to write in English.
I can read some good stuff.
Others, people, knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Can it be leverage? Other people knowledge.
Yeah.
We're not going to mock your spelling, don't worry.
Right. Like OPK.
Yeah.
OPK. We all use this, right? That's our value to develop ourselves, to read books, to attend some workshops and seminars. That's why we are in this subject, in this field as a speaker trainers. Second leverage, O, P, probably E. What is that?
Experience.
Right, what's your name? Tando. What's the difference between other people's knowledges and other people's experiences?
They've made mistakes.
If I corrected translated this from Russian, but knowledge is more theoretical, right? Experience, it's more practical. For mentorship, for example, when you go to the job, someone doing with you as a mentor. Yeah. Jason, what's the third leverage?
I got no idea. Help! Help! Phone a friend?
Bruce, can you please take a picture?
I'll take it.
Other people's kindnesses.
Time?
Right, that's right. Other people time. That's sorry. What is that? What's that about?
Well, delegating tasks or hiring people to do things that.
Right, delegating team.
Yeah.
For example, I can achieve my goal during the month, but if we create a team, we can achieve that goal, for example, for a week or a couple of days.
Yeah.
Right. And the fourth leverage, also very important one. Would you say?
Other people's pain.
It's a little bit like knowledges and experience. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, I would say money.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Other people money. Other people money. It's like we are not going to talk about financial literacy, like passive, active, but also there like good loans, right, and bad loans. So, but other people money. For example, if you're an entrepreneur or someone who would love to achieve something and you don't have enough money, probably you can take this money from bank or friend or other people money. That's what we can use on workshops, on our mastermind, brainstorming session, and so on. I call these leverages. But also, I just said that I'm going to share with you 4 powerful questions, right? You remember that? Yeah. What kind of questions can we ask to achieve our goals faster and easier? Bruce?
Give me your money.
It's a statement.
Where is your money?
Please can I have the money?
Thank you. This tool is very powerful. I share this tool with corporations, with executives, with entrepreneurs, and it can save you a lot of time and money. I provide some workshops and trainings on time management. I'll say you why I'm telling about it right now. But first question, do you have goals? How many people in the room have goals?
I've got quite a few own goals.
Right. What did you say there?
I said I've got quite a few own goals.
Right.
I made mistakes.
Goals, wishes, and dreams. Are they the same?
No.
No. I've been studying goals. And it's not only about SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic timetable. There's like 11 steps formula. I can share it with you later. Not on this speech, but if you want, I can send it to you. If you don't have goal, please write down your goal, just one goal for this year. It could be professional goal, it could be health and fitness goal, it could be relationships goals, something that you would love to focus on this year, just only one. As Charlotte said several days ago, if you have a magic, how do you call this?
One.
What one goal would you have if you knew exactly that success is 100% guaranteed? Yeah. Personal, positive, and in present tense. Did you write down? You have goal. Okay. First question. What can I do more to achieve that goal? What I can achieve, what can I do more to achieve that goal? I do it already, but if I'm going to do it more, I accelerate my journey. For example, I can send more proposals, or I can do more exercises during the morning to keep my body on the right level. Yeah? Or I can read more professional or inspirational literature. Or I can meet with my friends because I want to improve my relationships, and yeah, you understand, right? Write down some answers for your goal. What can I do more to achieve that goal faster and easier? Write down. Do you have some answers, right? You'll have some insights. Probably that's going to be like your homework, but it's very good question, very powerful. And I mentioned that time management, right? How to be more productive. And we all have some to-do lists, right? What can I do more? But we also forgetting about what can I do less? What can I do less? I do it, but it takes too much energy and time. Probably I can save more money and don't do it more. For example, spending some time on YouTube or social media, or criticizing or blaming others. Maybe I should do it less. Or maybe I should eat less in fast food or something like that to keep my body and energy level as I want to. You understand, right? Write some answers. How many people have some insights, some nice ideas? Thank you, yes, that's great. Yes. We're doing some work we're doing some changes already. Your mindset, your thinking process a little bit changing right now. Especially think about this during a couple of days. Maybe you'll have some dreams during the night, but it's very important. Third question, what is that? Charlie?
I'm looking at the math symbols, thinking that there's got to be a.
Do you understand?
Yeah, more or less than, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, Bruce. Third question. What can I start doing? I never done this, but I've heard it from Bruce. I've read that in your book. Or Pavel Verbnyak just said this. I never thought about that. I should write goals, or do some exercises, or network with people, or something like. What should I start doing? Right? Start. What should I start with? Maybe just start promote myself as a speaker, or maybe collaborate with speaking agencies, or ask for what I want. That's how we became friends with Charlotte through LinkedIn, right? I sent a message. Do you know Duncan Heske?
Yes.
Yes, he was a founder of one speaking agency, VSP Global, here in South Africa. Now they moved to California. He introduced me to Johnny Petty from Johannesburg, and she introduced me to
Yeah.
To Charlotte. That's how it works. I never thought, they are so important, they are so powerful, they don't have time to answer. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. You should have a lot of no's before you will receive your yes. Right? I was in sales and I've got like 9 or 10 or 20 no's. No, that's not for me. No. But somebody said yes. And you can find your mentor. Would you become my mentor? Would you become my mentor? Would you become? Yes. And I've got yes, right? And the same with the speaking gigs or something like that. That was my intention, to speak globally, internationally. And I'm here. Yeah. 3. Number 4, David.
Well, I guess the arrow goes down.
Yes. What should I stop doing at all?
Yeah.
I do it, but it's not necessary. It's not doing. And can you see that question number 1 and question number 3 are very similar, but they are different, right? And we need more time. We need more resources for number 1 and for number 3 questions and answers. Where can we find them? From answers on second question and 4th. And you can use these 4 questions in all areas of your life. For example, if you want to improve your relationships with your friends or colleagues or family members, can you use these questions? For sure. For example, you can ask your husband or wife, let's discuss. Today on the meeting, Pavel just shared 4 questions. I would love to have more deep relationships, nice relationships with you. What should I do more? And your wife or husband say, oh, if you would do more this,
Wash dishes more.
yeah, wash dishes more, or talk with us, talk with us during the weekend, or spend more time just once per month, for example. That would be great. Okay, thank you. I didn't know about that. What should I do less? Right? What should I start doing? What should I stop doing? Yeah, you have some insight. Very powerful question. The same with finances. The same with career. The same with your health. It's very powerful. Yeah. So can you use this?
Yes.
And you can use this on your, for example, conferences or business meetings with your team. You have your team already?
Yeah, work on my own.
Oh, nice. What's your name again?
Leon.
Leo. Yes. Brainstorm for ourselves. I call this mind storming. Mind storming. For example, you have your goal. Just set your goal in a question. For example, would you like to share some goal with me? Do I still have some time? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yes.
I can share.
Yeah, please.
So my goal this year is to actually establish a footprint as a public speaker and facilitator.
Yeah. Ask this question. For example, how can I achieve this goal? And you write down this goal
I did.
and provide 20 answers. That's called mind storming. So first 5-7 answers would be easy for you, but it takes time. Maybe tomorrow or in a week, you'll find answer number 15, 16, 17, and 20, and probably that would be great breakthrough for you. Oh, I never thought about that. When you ask right questions, you will have some great answers. Ask positive questions. What do I want? How can I get this? Not why I'm here, why I'm bad, or yeah, you understand. So it's a habit. It's a habit. It's mindset habit. That's how I created my project called Successful Thinking or Successful Mindset. You can control that. Yeah, hopefully that was valuable for you, and you have some ideas about that, how you can use this. And it's very nice to meet all of you. I would love to talk more about everything with everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak, to share the stage with you, and hopefully to meet you more and more on some events internationally. And welcome to Moscow, Russia. Charlotte said absolutely right. We all have some challenges, but we should focus on how to unite people, how to provide more positive energy there. Yeah, because media said one thing, we think other thing, and we don't know exactly what's going on. So just control your thoughts, control your words.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and words can make us stronger, right? And can make us weaker. You understand, right? So you're responsible for your results. Yes. I wish you all the best and thank you.
Isn't it interesting how it doesn't matter what part of the world you come from, the message you've got is relatable to someone from a completely different part of the world. And if we keep this in mind, and we think about the message that we as speakers are wanting to put across and get across, realize that our message can be just as relatable when we're off to Moscow to do a presentation, to be involved in a conference and a workshop. Keep that in mind. I thoroughly enjoyed what you shared with us, and I'm so glad that you did and you joined us tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.